Hey friends, we have been talking about the Nutcracker for the last few music lessons, and so today we're going to finish it out. In the first act, we talked about how Clara received the Nutcracker during the big Christmas party. We talked about how Fritz had broken the Nutcracker and Drosselmeyer tried to fix it as best as possible. We saw the battle between the Mouse King or Rat King and the Nutcracker. We also saw the waltz of the snowflakes. That all happens in the first part of the story. The second part of the story is where Clara is in the Kingdom of Sweets with the Nutcracker Prince, and all of the different people would like to dance for Clara. We see our chocolate Spanish dancers, we see the tea dancers from China, we see so many people wanting to thank Clara, and I will include links to each of those videos. Also check out our digital classroom so that you can see the story and click on the different versions of those dances. Today, however, we are going to talk about the Russian dance or trepak. And there are a couple of different ways that we can move to this. And so I have a helper who's going to help me today. And he's going to help show different ways that we can move. If you have some sort of ribbon, you can dance with a ribbon. If you don't, you can dance with Kleenex. Isn't that silly? And with our song, we're going to talk through it first. You're going to go up all the way and down. And then you're going to kind of bounce, 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 bounce. Then we go up again and down. Then bounce, 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 bounce. We do that again. Up all the way and down. Bounce, 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 bounce. Then up all the way and down. Bounce, 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 bounce. Then we get to kind of make little tornadoes. So you can go around in a circle. You can go fast. You can go a little bit slower. And then we have one up. And then another up, and then up, and up, and up, and up, and up, and up. And then it goes back to the very beginning. Up and down. We're gonna bounce, bounce. Up and down. Bounce. Up and down. Bounce. Up and down. Bounce. Our tornado's next. Ooh, can you go faster? I'm gonna make small circles and big circles. Get ready. Up, 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 up. A section and down and bounce. And up and down. And bounce. Our coda, we're gonna start with circles. Faster, faster, faster. And we're gonna end with it going up, up. And you can let it float down to the ground. So we just moved to trepak by ourselves, either using tissues or ribbons. And here's how you can move with a friend. All you really need is a piece of fabric, and we are using a curtain that's no longer needed. You could use a big towel or a sheet or a blanket. Just make sure that you ask permission if you decide to do this with a friend. We also wanted to change it up a little bit and use some of the tissues and put it in the middle so that we could make it kind of look like popcorn. So if you have some extra tissues lying around, you can do that. Make sure you use clean tissues.
Don't spread germs.
Don't spread germs. So we're gonna do this with our music and our partner. Up all the way and down. Up. And up and down and bounce. And up and down and bounce. Up and down and bounce. All right, and it's hard to see, but we're gonna do our little tornado going back and forth. And we're gonna do one little pop, one little pop, one little pop, and another little pop, and another one, and another one, and all the way up in the air, and down, and bounce, and up, and down, and bounce, and we go back and forth, Keep going back and forth. One more big pop up in the air. And you can let go and let it float down to the ground. Was that fun? It was very fun. So make sure if you choose to do that activity with a partner that you ask permission first, because number one, we want to make sure that you are not using some fabric that might be really important. And number two, man, if you saw the music room, you would have seen Kleenex floating everywhere and papers flying around because of the sheer force of the air.
Very big shockwave.
But that's just an activity that you can check out. Now, if you are on Seesaw and you want to videotape yourself doing the activity either with a friend in your family or you doing the activity by yourself, you may. If you're watching this on YouTube, then you could draw a picture of what you did, or you can just write a short little sentence about what you thought was fun. That is the end of our Nutcracker unit. I hope that you enjoyed it. I've been working on our digital classroom. So if you go to the digital classroom, you can see the story of the Nutcracker Ballet. And there are some fun little links that you can check out. Places maybe that you've heard the Nutcracker, or maybe some fun little videos about it. So check that out. Again, our classroom link is on the Seesaw page under the journal. I'll also include a link in this activity. And if you're watching on YouTube, I will put the link below to our digital classroom. We hope that you have enjoyed the Nutcracker Ballet.
Goodbye.